In order to enable the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) prepare for the forthcoming by-election in the Lagos East Senatorial District and that of Koshofe State Constituency 2, fixed for the 31st of October 2020, the Lagos State Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) organized an expanded stakeholders meeting and signing of peace accord for the candidates contesting the election. In his welcome address, the resident electoral commissioner, INEC Lagos State, Sam Olumekun, said the latest technology, Z-Pad, used by INEC in Edo and Ondo state elections will be used to transfer results directly from the polling unit.
You will observe that off-season elections conducted after the 20 general elections have enabled us to fine-tune many of our activities. The Commission has improved on the development of personnel for elections. It has also addressed some of the intricate challenges to the functionality of new technological innovations for elections. And we are now able to collate, transmit, and declare results of elections more accurately, speedily, which has resulted in better outcomes. The latest technology, the Z-Pad, which we have introduced and used in recent elections, which is designed rather to transfer results directly from the polling units, is another innovation. The picture of the result will be taken by the presiding officers with the Z-Pad from all units and later transferred to the portal designed for monitoring of the election. This has worked perfectly well in Edo and Ondo governorship elections, and it has further enhanced the integrity of the conduct of elections by the Commission.
The head of Department, Voters Education and Publicity, Mrs. Igbokwe, and the head of Department, ICT, Lagos INEC, Mr. Muyiwa Yusuf, assured stakeholders and the electorates of a free, fair and credible election during the by-election.
Wearing of masks at the poll is compulsory. And we want to appeal to the political parties here to ensure that none of your members wears any mask that has the emblem of a political party or anything that shows that the person belongs to a political party. That is in line with the regulation that no emblem, political emblem, emblem should be worn to the polling unit
and sent to us. So we've contacted all the personnel that we use for the presiding officer, KIDA, and at the moment they are being trained. For the presiding officers now, their own recruitment is still ongoing, and the portal was shared online to everybody. So that one closes, I think, on the midnight of 15. So we'll compilate that, we'll send message to them, and then we'll do the training for everybody.
Some INEC partners present at the meeting also made comments. Track up.
Supporters to come to the voting units with a face mask. That is assuming that everyone that will be coming out to vote, they are party members and party supporters. But let me just put on record that the majority of those who are actually coming to vote are not members of political parties. So the point I'm trying to make is it behoves on INEC to intensify enlightenment campaign publicity, encouraging those voters to ensure that they come to those polling units with their mask.
My own concern is about tax for party agents. In previous elections, there was a case of rationing of party tax for party agents. And at the polling unit, party agents will not be allowed to use their own party tax.
The collection of voters' cards would make it virtually impossible for people who want to collect their voters' cards before the elections. And even after the election, we have only the local government to collect, and people continue to go and come back with no voters' card given them. And the INEC has no procedure by which they access these people so that they can make it a lot easier for them.
Because we want peace during the forthcoming by-election. The police, like you are all aware, our role basically is to protect lives and properties and ensure that anything short of peaceful atmosphere in any election will not be tolerated. We will do our best to ensure that Lagosians go out there and cast their vote without any let or hindrance.
The All Progressives Congress Lagos East senatorial candidate Tokunbo Abiru and the People's Democratic Party candidate Babatunde Gbadamosi, while speaking to journalists, said they are hopeful that INEC will conduct a free, fair and credible election.
First and foremost, I think the whole idea of the stakeholders meeting is for INEC to actually kind of enlighten all of us as to their state of preparedness. And from all indications and the submission that they gave today, we can vouch for their state of preparedness. And they have also, also expressed to us some of the ground rules, particularly relating to the day of the election, as to the communication, the kind of comportment that even the electorate must also imbibe, i.e. the issue of masks. You know, the need for them to come to the polling centers with their face masks. And part of the take back to is that on the part of INEC too, they were also able to understand that the education of the electorate is not only the responsibility of the participants, as the candidates and even the parties. They also must do that kind of enlightenment. So if you ask me, I think that this is a well-balanced stakeholders meeting beyond the peace accord. So, and I think it makes a lot of sense to me.
The only true test of their degree of readiness will be on the day of election itself. It is our sincere hope that, contrary to what has been happening in elections prior to this one in Lagos State, the security agencies in particular and INEC will endeavor to ensure that there is indeed a level playing field for all political parties that are participating in this election. That is our sincere hope.
The INEC expanded stakeholders meeting for Lagos East Senatorial District and Koshofe 2 House of Assembly by-election also witnessed the signing of peace accord by the party's candidates vying for the senatorial and assembly seats on the 31st of October 2020.